I'm Graham Johnson from the Port of Tacoma. Here's what's happening on Pierce County's working waterfront. We begin this month with the first phase of construction on the new Port Maritime Center. Tacoma Public Schools is building the Maritime 253 Skills Center beside a new Port of Tacoma business office. Contractor BN Builders is now overseeing installation of stone columns on the site for building stabilization.
There's 600 of the stone columns under the Skills Center building. They're about 30-inch diameter, about 30 feet deep, and then there's another 843 stone columns that'll be under the future Port of Tacoma building.
Leaders from the port and the school district held a groundbreaking event in January. Maritime 253 will provide career and technical education to students from across Pierce County free of charge. The schedule calls for the Maritime 253 building to open in the fall of 2026, with the port building opening in the spring of 2027. The port is finishing a big railroad switch replacement project. It's happening on a port property called the Banana Yard, named after its banana-like shape. The yard handles nearly all international containerized cargo that moves by rail into or out of the Tacoma Harbor. Contractors are replacing 15 track switches that were getting worn out.
The contractor is prefabricating the switches so that they have them in large components, so they're able to remove the old switches in big sections and put the new ones in place. It's more efficient than trying to build them by piece in place.
The new switches will make the Banana Yard operate more smoothly by reducing maintenance calls. Another project is happening this winter in the Blair Waterway. Contractors are doing maintenance dredging in several places to keep the navigation channel and berth areas deep enough for ships. Over the years, sediment builds up and needs to be removed.
Main point of the maintenance dredge is just to restore the original depth of the waterway so that ships can pass through safely.
Separate from the maintenance dredging, the port is working with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers on plans to deepen the Blair Waterway by 6 feet to accommodate larger ships. Port of Tacoma commissioners meet each month at the Fabulage Center. Meetings begin at noon and public comment is welcome. For agendas by email, you can sign up for our newsletter, Pierside. Drivers near the Port of Tacoma can see new progress on the Puget Sound Gateway program. The project will significantly improve connections to the Port of Tacoma. On January 31st, the Washington State Department of Transportation shifted traffic on State Route 509 to new pavement near the future interchange with an expanded State Route 167.
This project will be complete in September of 2026, so motorists will have that unrestricted access to this portion of 167.
The port advocated for years to complete SR167 and contributed $30 million in support. A new Pierce County Councilmember toured the port in February and met with commissioners. Rosie Ayala represents District 4, which includes downtown Tacoma, Hilltop, Central and South Tacoma, and the cities of Fircrest and University Place. The port is launching a free speaker series for the community. It's called Ports and Popcorn, and it will be at the Grand Cinema in Tacoma. Speakers will present on a variety of subjects related to the port, the maritime industry, tourism, global trade, logistics, and more. The first event will feature Rod Kuhn, a longtime employee of the port who wrote a book about Port of Tacoma history after his retirement. The lecture will be Thursday, April 3rd at 6:30 p.m. Admission is free. In February, the port joined Asia Pacific Cultural Center's annual Lunar New Year celebration, which was held at the Tacoma Dome Exhibition Hall. The featured country this year was India. The port hosted a booth and several commissioners participated. Finally, this month, your photos from Monkeyshines. Each Lunar New Year, people hide treasures around Tacoma. This Year of the Snake, the port commissioned glass floats from Hilltop artists, and staff members hid 22 of them all over Pierce County. On Facebook, people proudly shared their pictures as they found the port's Monkeyshines in Bonnie Lake, Tacoma, Steilacoom, Eatonville, Frederickson, and places across the county. big thanks to everyone who joined in the fun and who shared those photos. Thank you for watching. A new edition of Working Waterfront is coming in April.